Good morning, everyone. It is July 2nd of 2020. And I decided to spend my 4th of July weekend hiking Kings Peak, which is the highest point in Utah. It's going to be about 13,000-ish something feet. And it's about a 26-mile hike, so obviously got my backpacking gear with me. I'm going to be camping along the way at some point. I'm probably going to do it in 2 days, maybe 3, depending on how we're going. So see how it goes. And this is the start of the trail, so looking forward to it. Should be fun. Still not too far in, about 20 minutes into the hike. So far, pretty kind of flat. Slight increases, but nothing too serious just yet. It's gonna be a long hike, so kind of expect that for a good portion of this hike. For anybody who's interested in, you park at Henry's Fork trailhead, which is about 3 hours from Salt Lake City. Got off work around 7:30 last night and just hit the road. Pulled in around 10:30-ish last night. Pretty nice having the van that I could just pull up, park, crawl in the back, fall asleep, and wake up, and I'm already at the trailhead. But just checking in so far. Hike's pretty pretty, like I said. And yeah, that's about it for now. So, my GoPro's broken. My SD card wasn't working this morning. I was like, whatever, I'll just use my phone. But I just realized I was filming the last few things vertically, like a amateur. So, sorry about that. And then I'll make sure I hold the camera this way horizontally, going forward. So, sorry about that, rookie mistake. So I'm about 2 hours in-ish. Trail's still not too bad. It's gradual increases. It is super rocky though, so constantly going over large rocks. So make sure you have proper shoes on if you ever decide to do this hike. So I'm about a little less than 3 hours in, I think. Making pretty good progress on my distance-wise, actually. I think the goal is to summit maybe today, and then backtrack and camp at one of the lakes. But right now I've been trekking through this meadow field area for a decent while now. It's super pretty, just green everywhere. Mountains just all around me. It's a big bowl, just green, super flat, super easy to walk through. Welcome to Dollar Lake. It's pretty much one of the main campsites people like to camp at on this hike. I'm just stopping for a little bit of food, probably just a little bit of snack. I'll save my real food for dinner tonight. We'll just keep on going, head into the summit next. Alright, so it's been about 5 hours since I started this hike, and it looks like I'm finally getting to the base of the mountain. So I've been walking through this meadow for a good long minute, but it was fun. Yeah, right behind me, if you can see, mountain. That should be it right there. Kings Peak, highest point in Utah. So, looks like this whole flat elevation meadow walk is about to be over. Time to start the true trek. We got this. So one nice thing about this trail is that there's actually lots of water along the way. And I've got a water filtration system that I can just fill up with any water source I find and fill my CamelBak. I will say, once you get to the backside of this mountain, the trail isn't as well defined. I'm just making sure I check my GPS more frequently so I don't get lost, since I really don't have time to look forward to backtrack or anything since I'm trying to beat the sunset. I will say, for this hike, I highly recommend anyone doing it to make sure they have waterproof hiking boots on. There's a lot of snow you have to walk through, mud, rivers, streams. And my feet are so dry, so shout out to my shoes. Alright, so might not be able to summit after all today. Storm coming in. Alright, so the rain's passed, sun's back out. Got my tent set up in the back somewhere. And it's only like 4:30, 4:45-ish. So I just want to keep on trucking to the summit. Keep my campsite set up for the night. Probably sleep there after I summit. Come back there, sleep, relax, eat. And then tomorrow I'll just walk all the rest of the way back to my van. So this last section is a pretty steep scrabble, which I kind of enjoy, but makes me really glad that I drop off my backpack at the campsite, because this would be a lot more painful if I didn't do that. Alright, so I did it. Summited Kings Peak. Just got back to my campsite. I made some friends along the way on the summit, and I think I got distracted and forgot to film myself up there. But super pretty, great views. Yeah, the scrabble to the top was a brutal. It was hard. So crash here tonight. About to make some food, dinner, relax, and then tomorrow I'll finish the trek back to my van and call it a good weekend. Good morning, everyone. It's day 2, 7 in the morning. Pretty nice, relaxing sleep after a long day of hiking yesterday. Sleeping underneath the stars. About to set up camp, or pack up camp, and then start heading back to the van. Should get there around 3-ish, maybe? Who knows? We'll see what happens. Alright, so it's a little after 8 now. Got my campsite all packed up. Took my time, ate some breakfast, relaxed. Now it's time to finish this journey back home. So, let's go. Almost forgot to tell you it was 4th of July. Happy 4th to everyone. The Air Force just did a little flyby with some jets, which was kind of cool. Did not expect that. But yeah, had fun. It's about 2:15 and I officially made it back to the trailhead in my van, which means I officially conquered the highest point of Utah, Kings Peak. It, like I said earlier, is about 13,500 something feet elevation. On the internet, according to them, it's supposed to take like 26.8 miles. According to my GPS walking tracker thing, it said I did about 35 miles in the past 2 days. So not sure which one's wrong, which one's right. Either way, it was a good long hike. First time backpacking, so that was a good experience for that. On the more on the difficult side, just because how long it was, I wasn't used to that. But for the most part, a lot of it was flat meadow walks, nothing too strenuous until you get to like the last few miles when you're actually climbing up the mountain, and then you have the long scrabble at the end. So there was that. So I would say more on the difficult side though, for sure, just because of everything that is involved in it. But overall, great hike. I loved it. Super pretty. Met some great people along the way. And yeah, it was just a great time. So recommend this hike to anybody who's in shape for it and wants to knock it out. Highest point in Utah, Kings Peak.